Comment on se sent, Sting? Alors
How do you feel?
The
last ship will reach La Scène Musicale in Paris, near the Seine River. It's a fantastic show that's going to come for all the French.
I'm very, very excited to bring it to Paris, first of all. Here we are on the Seine. Very like the river I was brought up next to. I was born next to a chantier naval. My first memory of giant ships. So I'm telling the story of my childhood. I'm telling the story of my town, my community, my family. And it's important for me to do this. It's a personal story because I've been very successful in the world. At some point in your life, you have to return and you have to give thanks for gratitude, respect. So I'm telling the story of my town. It's a love story. It's a story of resistance against the government. It's many things, but I'm very happy to be here.
Ouais. C'est super personnel.
Fantastic people around here. Your father and this person who was working on this shipyard, and you were meant to work on that shipyard if you hadn't had music.
You know, the shipyard was very dangerous, very frightening, dark, noisy. The last thing I wanted to do was the work in the shipyard. So I studied hard at school. I became a musician accompli. And then when I was successful in the world, I realized I had to return to tell the story of my childhood. So this is a psychological balance pour moi. It's something I need to do.
And this last ship, look.
May the angels protect us if all else should fail when the last ship sails. Oh, the roar of the chains and the cracking of timbers, the noise at the end of the world in your ears, as a mountain of steel makes its way to the sea and the last ship sails.
It's 28 musicians on stage. It's a major show. It's a show, a collective show, like a shipyard. It's a community embarked on the same ship.
It's as difficult as building a ship. To make a play, there are so many moving parts, so many different departments, so many individuals, so many problems to solve. And I've been working on this depuis 30 ans. And so every time we bring it to a new city, it's a different play. This will be a different play in Paris than it was in Amsterdam the month before. The last time we played it. It's constantly changing, it's organic. Because I'm still alive, I can still evolve the play. So it's a very exciting adventure for me, which will never end.
What's extraordinary is to see you on stage, Jackie White, the character. We won't say anything more because we don't have to spoil it, but there's a question of love, of a return for this young man. It's about hope.
All the characters in the play are based upon people I remember in my town. So there's a reality about them. The play is also semi-autobiographical. It's not me, but there are important truths about me inside the play. So it's a little bit of a puzzle, but it's not entirely biographical, but certainly enough for me to recognize my own story.
And to say all those workers have lost their work, the last ship leaving and the shipyard closing and the dole and the problems of life, it's something that remains anchored in your heart deeply, something that you have to bear like a yoke.
I think it's a profound message for not just my town, for the world. The community is suffering the same way. You know, we are losing work. We are losing our identity. AI is taking over our work. We don't use our hands. We don't make anything anymore. So who are we? So the play asks this question. Unless we can work, unless we can make something, do we exist? This is everybody faces this, not just in my town, but here, everybody.
Oui,
Tout le monde.
oui, oui. Ça fait suite à tous les
It's following all the commitments, your engagements against climate change. You were the first to denounce Pinochet regime and the Indians of Amazonia, Chief Raoni, all those who were suffering, and to say you're never at peace, at rest, as long as there is a suffering on earth.
You know, I'm an artist, and so I'm open to the world. I'm aware of what's happening in the world. I've always been politically engaged. I think it's vitally important, more and more, that the artist steps in and tells the truth, that the artist gives a perspective to reality that some people can't see. And I think our job is more important now than ever. So I'm happy to be engaged politically, socially, culturally, artistically. I enjoy my life, but I have a responsibility.
Oui, oui. On se souvient.
We remember. It's going to be 10 years. The terrorist attack against Bataclan. 1 year later, day for day, you reopened this theater, the first show for the benefit of the victims and their relatives. 10 years. Is it still under your skin?
Of course, that was a great honor for me to be asked to reopen the historic Bataclan. But also it was a difficult task because I had to honor and respect the dead, at the same time celebrate the reopening of this historic venue. So that there was a double balance to achieve. I think we did it. We began with a minute of silence and respect, and then I sang a song called Fragile, which is very apropos. And then after that we could do a normal show, but it was a balance that I had to think about achieving. It wasn't easy.
Oui. C'est vrai qu'on est dans un
It is true that we're in a world today of money, populism, racism on the rise, all this.
Dans le monde, Donald
All
Trump
around the
aux
world.
États-Unis,
Donald Trump in the US, Europe,
demain avec des régimes d'extrême droite.
maybe tomorrow with extreme right-wing
This
regimes.
is why art is so important. Art for me is a machine that creates empathy. And when we have empathy, we see the world through other people's eyes. We step into the shoes of other people and see the world the way they see it. And so we realize that we are the same. And I think a lot of these populist politicians want to say, it's us and them, and separate us. This is not true. We need empathy. We need to realize that we have to solve this problem of existence together as a world community, not as separate tribes. That doesn't work. We know it doesn't work.
Oui, oui. C'est vrai que la musique, elle est là.
Is there.
Et toutes les musiques.
And all the musics.
On t'a vu avec des musiques.
We have seen you with sacred music, religious music.
Toutes les musiques sont là.
All musics are there to sing a community, a global community, a human community, fraternity.
It's a language common to all humanity, and we all understand music. You know, I can understand music from the Congo, I can understand music from South America, and they can understand my music. It's such a wonderful language, probably the greatest language ever created. It's the lingua franca of, understanding.
Ouais, ouais. Et
succès. The success,
finalement, qui te rend redevable à ce public, ce succès avec
you owe it to the public, with police, of course, at the very beginning, and all this that was given to you by life. How do you look at it now? How do you look back at it when you see your triumph, when you see all those years with the public that will come here at La Scène Musicale?
My emotion, my abiding emotion is gratitude for everything. I'm grateful for the wonderful life I have, the privilege I have, the good fortune I have, only gratitude. I have no complaints at all. I'm a very lucky man. I know it.
Ouais. Et sur scène,
and on stage, you're all the same. You know, like a kid from Newcastle playing jazz in the clubs. All the same, you're always feeling that drive.
Last night I walked on stage in front of 15,000 Parisians in the Accor Arena. And all of them are happy to see me. You can hear it. That's a wonderful feeling, which I don't want to give up. It's a beautiful feeling. At the end of the night, I get paid, and nobody asks for their money back, so it's a good life, and I sing. I'm so happy.
The last ship, le dernier bateau.
The last ship. There was one last ship in Newcastle, and the show tells it, but in France, we say no, it can't be the last ship, because there's hope, there's always hope. That other ships will come and will leave. It's going to go on.
There's always hope. My strategy for life is always optimism. Even now it's very difficult, but we have to be optimistic. There's no other strategy.
Merci. Sting.
Thank you, Sting.
C'est un spectacle incroyable.
It's an incredible show. And the dates.
On est devant la Seine, on est
We're in front of the River Seine, we're like a ship. You know, we had the Renault factories here. They were working, the car factories. It closed down, like the shipyard. Same place where we are now. It's a symbol. It's a very strong symbol to be here.
Absolutely. It's a universal message we have.
Merci.
Thank you.
Under the sun, when the last ship